Thank you for staying with us. Time now for our news belt, and we start with our first story. The University Teachers Association of Ghana is asking government to review the single spine salary structure to expand its level and notches to accommodate its members. National President Professor Mamudu Abungu Akudugu made the call at UTAG's 21st Biennial National Delegates Congress in Tamale. Martina Bugri now
leadership of UTAG to deliberate on the activities of the union, welfare of its members, and national development. It was under the theme Labor Unionism and Socio-Economic Transformation in Ghana. Can UTAG be the pace-setter? President of UTAG, Professor Mahmudu Abonga Akurugu, also demanded that government complete negotiations for their conditions of service for implementation by January 2024.
We demand our employer, that's government, to, as a matter of urgency, work with us and all other stakeholders to, one, complete the negotiations for our conditions of service for implementation by January 2024. More importantly, we implore the employer to implement without any further delay the negotiated per liter rate for vehicle maintenance allowance and off-campus allowance and the arrears thereof paid. We are asking for a review of the single span salary structure, or in the meantime, expand the levels and notches to accommodate our members or take us out of the spine completely. If this is not possible, we want out. And we think that we are better off out the span than on the spine. Our last demand is that development is possible and efficient when it is supported with relevant contextual evidence. So what we need is that at least governments will work towards dedicating 1% of our GDP to fund the National Research Fund. At least 1% of GDP. So the generation of evidence can only be possible if research is adequately funded.
The General Secretary of the Trade Union Congress, Dr. Anthony Yauba, called for unionized groups in the country to lead a process to have the 1992 Constitution changed because he said it had lost its relevance.
I tell you now, all Ghanaians are looking up to us, because it looks like we are the most well organized, and I'm talking about trade unions. Therefore, we must work to improve conditions of all Ghanaians, not only us, not only our members. And if we can do that, then there is one thing we have to pay attention to, and that has to do with the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. That constitution is no longer serving us, and we have to change it. We have to come together as trade unions, as organized labor, and lead the transformation, and that transformation can only appear if we change the constitution of this country.
The Vice Chancellor of the University for Development Studies, Professor Saidu Al-Hassan, called on universities to make their programs relevant to transform the country.
All of us will be teaching, we do research, we mount programs. Are they relevant to national policy? Are they relevant to promote the transformation that we want? So the aim is our academic programs and the research that we do in the universities. We have to make them more relevant to national development.
Well, in our next story, Paramount Chief of the Laura Traditional Area, Napowele Kabo III, says he's worried about the increasing number of cases of substance or drug abuse in the Laura municipality. He notes that the abuse of tramadol and other illicit substances is putting the lives of some of the people at risk, citing the recent deaths of 3 young men in the municipality as examples. He's been speaking at this year's Kobine Festival at Laura, from where Rafiq Salam reports.
This sound of the horn, known local here as Hore, signifies the start of the Kobine Festival, celebrated by the chiefs and people of the Laura traditional area. The festival is celebrated annually to thank God and their ancestors for a successful farming season in anticipation of a bumper harvest. Kobine also provides a platform for the citizens to discuss and review development programs and issues affecting the development of the area. One notable thing who the Paramount Chief of the Laura traditional area, Napowele Kabo III, saw as a drawback and danger to the people is the increasing cases of substance abuse in the municipality, citing the case of 3 young men who recently lost their lives as a result of that.
We have observed in recent times an alarming incidence of suspected drug or substance abuse-related deaths in the Paramount. Between the periods of June, July this year, the Laura Township alone witnessed the death of 3 apparently healthy young men, presenting the same or similar medical condition of suspected kidney failure, possibly as a result of some drug or substance abuse. The issue of substance or drug abuse raises potential devastating socio-economic consequences on the productivity of the farming population, is therefore a looming threat and a challenge to agricultural productivity and the sustainability of public investment.
In our next story now, the Electricity Company of Ghana is asking Ghanaians to be vigilant and guard against theft of power transmitting logistics in their jurisdiction. General Manager of the ECG Volta region, Christina Jatokalio, says the stealing of these logistics interrupts power supply.
The roadshow forms part of the Power Distribution Company's Customer Service Month celebration. Workers at the Volta Regional Secretariat interacted with the residents and educated them to create awareness of ECG's cashless system. The system saw the introduction of the Power app and short code *226# to enable customers to transact business with the company remotely on their phones. Ms. Christina Jatokalio is the General Manager of ECG Volta region.
We want to say that continue to patronize the ECG Power app or use the short code, which is the *226#. Some of the advantages are you can top up your credit, those using prepaid meters. Those with postpaid meters, you can also pay your bills. You can check your bill using the app. You can check your consumption. You can log complaints, especially for those using the app. You can, instead of walking all the way to our offices to report a complaint, just go on your phone and put it there. And it's a convenient way of doing business with us. We will close at 5 o'clock, but this app doesn't close. It's 24/7. You can wake up any time of the night, any time of the day, whether it is raining, it is shining. You can contact ECG by way of using the ECG Power app or the short code.
She used the medium to entreat the public to help protect ECG logistics in their neighborhood to prevent theft and interruptions of power supply.
Let's be vigilant. We have people around who are vandalizing our system. They pull down transformers to steal copper. Meters are being stolen. Service cables are being stolen. So let's all be each other's keeper. Watch. If you see anybody doing something you are not sure if it's from ECG, kindly approach the person, find out. If you feel suspicious, alert your friends, and let's all, because when they take off these coppers, large communities are in darkness. Everybody is losing. People who are even in the hospital needing power, the power can just go up. it's not all power outages that are caused by ECG. Some of these things are done by people who have their own personal interests and trying to steal from the company.
Fred Kwame Asari, JoyNews. Who
empower women to reduce the country's crime rate. That's according to the Medina Divisional Police Commander, Chief Superintendent Dr. Sarah Abba Afari. Dr. Abba Afari is urging the Ministry of Gender to craft a policy to help women spend more time with their children. There's more in this report.
As the first female police PhD holder in Ghana and Africa, Chief Superintendent Dr. Sarah Abba Afari, the Medina Divisional Police Commander of the Ghana Police Service, has again been honored with 2 honorary doctorate degrees in Ministry and Christian Education from the Holy Spirit Bible University for her outstanding leadership and contribution towards curbing the crime rate in her jurisdiction of Medina. Dr. Sarah Abba Afari urged the Gender Ministry to craft a policy to help women spend much more time with their children as a strategy towards reducing the country's crime rates.
When we update or build the capacity of women, then we're able to change the dynamics of our nation. So I will encourage the Gender Ministry to develop strategies for women, working women, to have time, maybe have time to receiving their children when the children return from school. Because house helps are also children, most of them are children that need to be guided. So if there should be a policy that is gender mainstreaming to allow women, let's say Ghanaian children get back from school at 3 p.m. So if women can close from work at 3 and get home to meet their children, it will reduce what? Crime. And it will bring everything back to what? Normalcy. Let's try it and it will work.
According to her, targeting women as a crime-fighting strategy is already yielding positive results in the Medina municipality.
As a crime prevention strategy, I interact with women in my jurisdiction, that is the Medina jurisdiction, and then to know their problem and also sensitize them on how to take good care of their children, because they are able to control their children no matter how their age. Everybody submits to the voice of the mother. So for crime to be prevented, the mother, the woman, is an equal partner to crime prevention. So any neglect in acknowledge women in this partnership, any crime prevention strategy or model will be a mirage. That is why I chose to deal with women, because a woman is able to influence their husband. So if the husband is a criminal, the woman is able to influence the husband to tilt.
Now, the JoyNews Impact Makers awardee and Municipal Girl Child Coordinator for Techiman, Ellen White Opoku, has held a mentorship and health talk seminar for school children in the municipality as part of activities to mark this year's International Day for the Girl Child. She admonished the girls to be respectful to their parents and peers and charged key stakeholders to ensure they invest in girls' rights as a way of empowering them to realize their potential. Correspondent Anas Sabit has the rest of the story.
The Action Aid Forum in Sunyani, as part
We'll bring you excerpts of that later, but let's move on to our next story. And the Rural Focus Initiative, a charity organization run by JoyNews' Samuel Kojo-Brace and his friends, have constructed a mechanized borehole for the pupils of the SDA Basic School in Banso, a farming community in the Ahanta West municipality of the Western region. Now, this is to help solve an age-old problem of lack of potable water for the school children. There is more in this report.
Banso, a farming community in the Ahanta West municipality, is one of many communities with their basic schools plagued by several challenges. One major problem that confronted the school was lack of potable water. The pupils here had to rely on a small stream for their source of drinking water.
Since I started this school, this is the water I have been drinking. Even when we are in class, we don't have any water. So when the teacher is teaching, we have to wait till the teacher ends what he's teaching before we can come and drink water here.
Since I come to this school, this water I have been drinking. When we are in class and the teacher is teaching, we need water to drink, but we do not have water.
JoyNews' Samuel Kojo and his organization, the Rural Focus Initiative, were notified of the situation for a possible help. Richard Bentum is the project coordinator of the organization.
Yeah, so Rural Focus Initiative is a non-governmental organization. Our aim is to empower the less privileged. So a few months ago, we had a call from the school. Then Samuel Kojo, myself, and our team members, we visited the school to understand their problem. Actually, we never even came here for this issue, but throughout our conversation, we were made to understand that they have serious problem with water. They took us to a place where the students used to fetch water, and it was an almost dried up stream. Seriously, we were sad. So we thought it wise of getting a mechanized borehole like this for them.
He says with about 90% of the funding support from the UK for DMB, a group affiliated to Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, a mechanized borehole has been constructed for the school.
So we took to social media where a group of people from UK for Bawumia, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, came to our aid to support us. And so we were able to get something for them, and today so refreshing to have this project commissioned because water is life, and we are happy to see these young kids or these students having access to potable water.
The headmistress of the school, Madam Catherine Yali, said this will bring a huge relief to the school.
Because previously the children has been going to the community to fetch water from the borehole, and during break time the children will go and will not come back early after the break, and at times too, when they don't get the water there, they have to go to the stream over there to fetch water, and the water from the stream has a lot of germs which affect the children to get worms and malaria, tapeworms and others. But now that we've got this potable water, I hope that the delay of break each time will stop, and the children will also get good health.
She promised to ensure the regular maintenance of the facility.
We thank the Almighty God for the water that Grace and team has given us. I and my NsmQ and the PTA people have pledged that we'll be able to maintain it so that Grace after 10 years will come and see the same thing newly and neat as it is today.
The group has set their sights on providing classroom and washroom infrastructure for Fasing MA Basic, another farming community in the municipality. Their target is to reach as many rural communities in Ghana as possible. Elikim Aku Kumpe for JoyNews.
And that's how we cap off the news. But before we leave you, let's leave you with some NsmQ. 13 years after St. Louis Senior High School last appeared at the semi-final stage of the competition, they have made a historic comeback to that stage of the National Science and Math Quiz. They beat Ashanti Regional Champions Anglican Secondary School and Wesley Grammar School in a 26-point win. Here's Jacqueline Ansomayebwa, who caught up with the students of St. Louis after the contest. And that's how we cap off the AM News.
We shall always be the best among equal. The integrity of the nation depends on us. Prosperity depends on us. St. Louis, the best and the primus inter pares. We shall always be the best among equal.
Well, we just ended today's contest, St. Louis crowning the day with some 50 points. They just won against their regional champions, Kumasi Anglican School.
We are expecting more and more next time. Thank you very much.
All right, so just as the students are saying, we should expect more heat from them. Now, today, moving forward, we've had Wesley girls kick out other schools, and we've had St. Louis also kick out Kumasi Anglican. But I'm still here with the students too. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling so happy. We are so feeling good. We are thanking God because everything is not our might or power, it's by the grace of God. And as the old Spanish saying goes, "Que sera, sera," what will be, will be. We have won the cup already. This is just the beginning of our glory.
All right, this is just the beginning indeed. Now, were you expecting this win today?
Okay, yeah, with God's grace, I knew we would win. And by God's grace, we've been able to also win the contest. So we give all the thanks to God.
All right. Now, moving forward, what should we expect from St. Louis? Okay. Because now it looks like you and Wesley girls are the only girls' school right here in Ghana, taking all the ladies' schools in Ghana, you're taking us high. So what should we expect right now?
Okay, so we know that with God, we'll be able to move further, and as we are moving further, it will be a tougher condition, but a tougher competition. But we know that with God, everything will be possible. So we are counting on God to help us to win the competition.
But tell me more. As a student right now, how are you feeling? Comparing what you heard your competitors say about your school.
Okay. What I said was that we have to relax because I am from. So we kept quiet and we relaxed till the contest started. So we knew that our girls are already good. And then by God's grace, we had God's favor upon us. That's why we won today. But I also want to say that no one should underestimate any girls' school. Because at this point, everyone is trying.
They're proving to us that they really deserve this trophy. And you all saw what happened here. They lashed the Anglicans severely. You all saw everything. So we are not surprised to see them qualifying to the next stage at all.
How did you feel when you heard the Kumasi Anglican students calling your ladies that they came here for a beauty pageant? How did you feel?
Really? Then I didn't hear that.
I'm telling you now.
For a beauty pageant. And what did they come here to do?
Well,
to sing Anglican hymns. Did they come here to sing Anglican hymns?
They are beautiful girls with brains. That's what they have to know. They are beautiful girls with brains. Yes. They are not just beautiful. They have brains as well. Yes. And it works. And we all saw what they did here.
Exactly.
So I told you after the contest I'll come back again. Yeah. And I came and I'm proud of the girls too.
Moving forward, do you think this year your girls are winning? Because 30 years on, National Science and Maths Quiz, we've never had a girls' school to win the contest. But do you think that this time around, your girls will be the ones to raise that flag high?
Well, they can still win. I'm still optimistic, sorry. And let me tell you one thing. You know, they eliminated the Central Regional Champions, and now they've eliminated the Ashanti Regional Champions. What does he have to tell you? We are now waiting for the Greater Accra Regional Champions. You understand?
But you are Warriors. Yes. You are also about to have your contest. Yes. Tomorrow. Assuming you guys meet, what would be the face for you? Are you supporting your girls or you're supporting boys?
We'll definitely be supporting.
Well, with that one,
assuming there's a likelihood that you guys are meeting.
Well, with that one, of course, I would support my school. But then if they are to win, I'll be happy for them.
Yes, you'll be happy for them. You let love winning.
Yes, not necessarily love winning, but then I would support my school as I'm saying. But then if they are to win, I would be happy for them.
Okay. Sure. Okay, so I'm still here with the students, the boys supporting St. Louis Senior High School.